All right, so welcome everyone to the eBudde overview. eBudde is the tool that you need to help you and your troop be successful for this year's cookie program. It helps you to manage your cookie program. You're here tonight with the product program team, members of the team. And tonight we have a special guest with us all the way from Little Brownie Baker. I'm going to toss the baton or the microphone over to Ann, our vendor rep from Little Brownie Baker. So Ann, take it away.
Thanks, Angela. I really appreciate the introduction. Good evening, everybody. It keeps going up, over 108 people. So we're going to start the webinar tonight talking about troops and what they see and do in eBudde. eBudde is our inventory management tool. I call her a she. She's pretty intuitive in terms of things that have to be done and the way she operates. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Angela, I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to stop sharing yours if that's okay. And then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. And I'm going to get rid of the black bar across the top. Perfect. Okay, so as a troop cookie chairperson or a troop leader that has the role of a cookie chairperson, this is what you'll see when you log into eBudde. This is a demonstration council, but I've set it up very similarly in terms of proceeds and rewards to your council. And I want to outline the dashboard for you because the dashboard has a lot of really great information on it. So you can compare this season to last season. So in terms of sales, at this point, there's no initial order. Last year, there were 10 packages of gift of caring, and then there were no additional, well, there was a -3 additional orders. There is a message spot, so keep your eyes open for the messages. These will be messages that come from your service unit cookie coordinators. So they may put some reminders in here for you, or if they have some important information to share, you'll have messages. You'll have a calendar, and these are just right now all of your deadlines that you have. There'll be a checklist of different things to remember. So right now the girls' names are entered, but then you will have to submit your initial cookie order and choose a delivery station and all of these fun things. So we have some check boxes built in here. So as you do things, it will check them off automatically. We have some different informational blocks here. So if you have digital cookie girl delivered orders, those orders will show up here in terms of packages. If you click on the show data button, it will open another screen and give you totals so that you know exactly what you will need for those girl delivered digital cookie orders. The nice thing about the show data button is it does open a totally new window. So you just have to toggle back and forth. Service unit contacts are here as well. So if you're a new troop cookie manager, you may not even know who your service unit contact is. So we do include that with his or her email address so that if you do need that extra help, you have it available. We do show the cupboard locations on a map because if you need more cookies, you really want to know where your cupboard, the closest cupboard is. I live in Cincinnati, so this is kind of set up to Cincinnati to where I live. So you can scroll in and out. You can also hover over, I thought if you hovered over, it would give an address. I believe in your oh, there we go. It will tell you the name of the cupboard, the address, and the hours that it is operating. So it gives you a lot of really good information because you may live in Cincinnati or down in Florence, Kentucky. Well, no, Florence is a bad example. You may live in Cincinnati, but you work up in Mason. So it may be easier to go to Susie Smith's cupboard versus missing the hours by having to go all the way back to where you live. So we kind of like this feature because it gives the volunteers a chance to go wherever they want to go. Then we have rewards that have been selected. And when we do a few things in eBuddy, we'll refer back to the this particular screen so that you can see how this changes. And then your troop per girl average. So per girl average is calculated based on the number of girls in your troop that are selling, and you take the number of packages they've sold by the number of girls that are selling in your troop, and that gives you your per girl average. And I will show you that on the sales report when we get there. Then we have a couple ad chips down here. This Built by Me cookie planner is a great, I really encourage you to use this, especially if you are a new troop leader. It allows you to open another screen, and then it can help you build a plan for cookies. So you choose your council, you put in the age level of your girls and what activities you do want to participate in, and it will deliver back to you resources to help plan those meetings and those activities. Even if you've been around for a while, you might want to check that out as well. Then we've got some activity fun and some plug and play virtual rally resources that you're welcome to use. So this is your dashboard. You have your contacts tab. So this is where all of your information will be once you log into eBuddy for the first time. You as a troop leader have the ability to email the caregivers in your troop from eBuddy. So if you click on the email caregivers, there's a calling all cookie communicators, and it just walks you through sending out that, we call them email blasts. You can put a subject, you can type a message, and then you can attach a file if you'd like to. It will allow you to select which caregiver parents you'd like to email to. Say, for example, you have a booth sale on Saturday, and you want to remind the parents of the booth sale. You could type in, you could type in booth sale Saturday, and then type the information about the booth sale. And then you can pick which girls are scheduled to attend. So Daisy's going to go and Lacey's going to go. You can add a map with directions or a cookie flyer or any information that the parent caregivers may need. Say that you're not a robot and click send email. And so this is just another way you can communicate with those caregivers. So this is all your contact information. This says that I get email and that I'm an active member. And then if I need to edit anything myself, I can do that from there. I can update contact information and things like that. So it's a great way to keep everything up to date for you. We move over to the settings tab. This is the settings tab, and if I click edit settings, I have my troop number. The number of girls registered are based on the number of girls that were imported into eBuddy by the council. That is a locked field. The number of girls selling changes as girls get orders against them. And then those two numbers is what helps calculate the, girl selling is what helps calculate the per girl average. You won't need to put a bank name in, an account number, or a routing number. And then here's your history from last year if you've sold in the past. So that's always nice to have sometimes. So we'll cancel out of that. Are there any questions at this point, Angela, that you're aware of? And if I'm talking too fast, let me know.
I don't see anything right now that needs your attention.
Perfect.
Nope,
Okay,
I think we're doing
you.
pretty good on this.
And we're working feverishly behind the scenes. A lot of people are having trouble getting in the system because like we have wrong email addresses and that kind of stuff. So we're working feverishly behind the scenes. So please be patient with us. Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll move to the next tab that you see, and this is the girl tab. Now the girl tab is where this is where the information goes when the council imports the girls into eBuddy. So they've imported 4 girls into this troop, Daisy, Elizabeth, Lacey, and Natalie, with their GSUSA ID numbers, the caregiver emails, the grades of the girls. They are not inactive, which means they're active. They are all registered. And then the troop leader has the ability to put in a sales goal for each girl if she'd like to, but it's totally not mandatory. And then you can just click update. And then we have the initial order tab. So this is where, when the girls have their order cards, you are going to place their order card initial orders. And this is, Angela, remind me at the end to show what your initial order tab actually looks like when it comes to digital cookie girl delivered orders. I'll go into your season live, and then you can kind of see what this looks like. But for right now, you, the troop cookie manager, troop cookie chairperson, will just click on the girl's name. You will just populate the column, the row, and you can tab across. So based on what Daisy sold on her order card, and I'm just going to type in numbers. She sold 113 packages on her initial order. Then you can hit OK. You can choose to hit save if you'd like, but it's not necessarily mandatory. And then you just go down the list. Now, if Elizabeth sold 15 packages of council gift of caring, that means that Elizabeth owes the money for the 15 packages, but she will never receive those packages because those are virtual gift of caring packages, and the council will donate those to an organization on behalf of this particular troop. So then we put in what she sold as part of her order card. So she had 261 packages, and we hit OK. And then Lacey was the stellar seller with 60 packages across the board. And then Natalie didn't sell anything. So what this does is, if we go back to your settings tab, there were 3 girls with orders. So there's 4 girls registered and 3 girls with orders. So this particular number changed as we put orders in. So we have the orders in, and you have the ability to order extra cookies for your booth sales if you'd like to. So if you've done this before, or you'd like to have extra cookies on hand, you have the ability to order extra cookies on the booth line or the other line. It truly doesn't matter which line you order them on. But say you just want to have 5 extra packages of everything for just in case somebody's parent leaves their order card at work and they didn't get all the numbers in, or for whatever reason. So then I'm going to hit save one more time. And then this packages ordered is the line where all of these rows are summed up. So you have the 15 for the gift of caring, and then you have 60 plus 10 is 70, 75, and then 80. So we deliver in cases, not packages. So you have 80 total packages needed. So we're going to send you 7 cases, which means you're going to have 4 extra packages left at the end of the program that you can use for your booth sales. So that's where total you have 40 extra packages. So when you give out all the cookies to the girls, you make your pile for your booth sale, you are still going to have some extra. So this is how eBudde calculates all of this. And then you submit your order. And they tell you can only submit it one time. So do you want to submit your order? And then you click OK. Then eBudde is going to prompt you to do the next thing, which is pick a delivery station. So then you would go over to the delivery station, and it's showing that you're going to pick up 82 cases total. Someone from my troop is going to pick them up, and then I pick a delivery station. Your council has a lot more delivery stations than my little demonstration site. So it may look a little bit different when you get there, but in the end, everything is exactly the same. So what I'm saying is that I'm going to pick up my 82 cases at the movie theater on 2 days ago, between 9 and 3, and then it gives me a list of all the different time frames that I can come. So I know it seems really weird that you're going to show up somewhere at 9:25, but this just helps us keep the lines flowing and making sure we have enough slots for all the troops that are going to come and pick up. So you would put your troop in the slot that you'd like, and then you click submit my information. Your delivery information is then locked in place. Then you can view your confirmation if you'd like. So what this basically is saying is that it's giving you the date, the address, the location, the address, the date, the time. It's also telling you how many cars you need. So you have 82 cases. So if you have 4 hatchbacks or 4 compact cars, you're going to need 4 cars to get the 82 cases. If you have mid-sized sedans, you're going to need 3 of those to pick up 82 cases. A minivan, I have a Honda Odyssey. I can get 175 in with no seats. A minivan with the seats in, you may be able to get the 82 in there. It just really all depends. So it does give you those, what your estimated number of vehicles. There may be a message from your delivery station clerk, and then just some helpful hints. You can bring this with you. There'll be bubble sheets at the location. But I know a lot of people like to check this against the what the bubble sheet says. So then you're good to go there. You can go back to delivery. If you place your order and you realize that 9:25 is not going to be a good time and it's the same day you place your order, you could make a change. But after your order's placed and that 11:59 time frame has passed, you won't be able to make any changes, because we need to make sure that we're sending the proper number of cookies to each of the delivery stations. And with multiple delivery agents, we want to make sure we're sending the right amount of cookies to each of the agents. So it's important to make sure you pick a date and a time. One other thing is, if someone from your troop cannot pick up and somebody from your service unit is going to pick up, you would just click this. And then when that other troop goes to ask for the time, they're going to say that they're picking up for another troop. That way we can make sure, again, that both troops' cookies are going to the same location. So you can, if you can't make it that day, you would pick some other troop in your service unit's going to pick up for you, and then that troop will enter the names or enter the numbers. So then when we go to the girl order tab, this is where you go after all of the orders are placed. And this is where you start to work from once the initial order is placed. So this is showing that Daisy had 113 on her initial order, and she owes $565. You can click on Daisy, and you can see that this is her initial order and it's locked. And at this point, there's a lot of different things you can do with her. You can add a payment. So if Daisy's mom, if you're, it's towards the end of the sale and she's paying you, I always recommend the more information, the better. So the date that you receive the payment, and say she paid all $565. Then you would just click OK and save. And now Daisy doesn't owe any money. If we go back to the girl order tab, the girl totals were 914 packages. The troop order, remember I said that we order in cases. The troop order was for 999 packages, so you have 85 packages left to sell. And these cookies have to be allocated to the girls. So say that you are going, that Elizabeth's mom called and she needs extra cookies. So what you would do is you would add a transaction, And again, I try to put as much information as I can. So I could say extras, 1/5/22. And then I can put in however many extras Elizabeth's mom picked up. So maybe she picked up 3 of everything. Okay, she didn't pay any money, and that's okay because they'll pay when they collect the money, but then you hit okay and then save. So now Elizabeth has basically taken possession of 288 packages, I apologize, and owes the troop $1,440. So once you do that, then you see that she put in 3 of each of the varieties. So now the troop only has 58 packages left to sell. If Elizabeth had been at a booth sale for those, this is the booth sale line. So maybe, actually, I'm going to just do a whole nother transaction. So say you went to a booth sale, you could say Jewel 1/5, and it was a booth sale, and she sold 2 gift of caring and then 5 other boxes. When a girl goes to a booth sale, the money doesn't go with her, so this is where you would also input the money. So 2, 4, 6, 7 times 5 is $35. And then you'd hit okay. So then she got the credit for the Jewel, but the money is already paid for. I already have the money as the troop leader, troop cookie manager. So the number is 0 there. So I'm going to save that. You can switch from girl to girl. So you don't have to go back to the summary view each time. You can switch from girl to girl, or you can just return to the summary view. So you still have 53 packages left now that needs to be allocated. The goal at the end of the program is to have no cookies left here. That is the #1 goal, is to have a 0 right here. That means all the cookies were allocated, and the girls will then earn all the rewards that they have coming to them. I do want to switch gears for a minute. I'm going to skip a few tabs and go to the booth site.
Before you do, Anne,
okay.
Before you do, if we can go back to the girl order tab. So I know some of the questions that some folks have been asking. And again, thanks everyone. We're running through your questions as quickly as we can. When it comes to those extra cookies that will come with your initial order, I know that there are some concerns about, well, what am I supposed to do with those cookies? Are we supposed to, there's no way not to receive them. I'm going to tell you, it's like 99% is that you will be able to get rid of those extra cookies. Why? Because when people find out that your troop is selling cookies, they're going to be asking for them. Also, please let your parents know that you have additional inventory, because many times they may have missed, or the girl may have missed, getting an order from a customer. And knowing that you, as the troop leader, have those cookies on hand, it'll make it so much easier to distribute those cookies. And as Anne said, you'll end up getting to a 0 balance. So please know that even though you will get extras, there are so many ways to get yourself to a 0 balance. Also including, there's some other troops in your service unit who will be looking for cookies too. Conduct a cookie exchange. You'll be able to,
I will show.
Yeah, and Anne will go through all of that, but I just wanted to,
exchange.
Thank you. And I just wanted to be able to kind of like calm anyone who's a little bit nervous about those extra cookies. So thanks, Anne. Go ahead.
There's a lot of questions.
Also, go ahead,
sorry,
Sherry.
There's a lot of questions in here about delivery. Please work with your service unit cookie managers on delivery. The details are specific to the service unit, so please connect directly with your service unit cookie manager. They don't even have that information and will not have it finalized until closer to after we place the initial order. So please. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to skip real quick over to booth sites, and I'm going to show you a couple things regarding booth sites. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to reserve a booth site in a couple different ways. And then I'm going to show you how you can allocate cookies to girls once you've been to a booth site. So I live in Ohio, as I said, so that's just what I know. So I added a booth site, or the council has some booth sites. So if you are going to go to a booth site, you look for the city that you're going to go to. So this will be broken into the areas of where you live. And then I'm going to go to Grandpa's hardware store, and it gives me a couple different options. I can go this coming Monday, and the time frames are 9 to 3. And I'm interested in maybe one of those locations. So I click on 9 to 3, and it looks like the 1 o'clock slot is open. So 1 to 3 is opened. So I'm going to take that. It gives you a few instructions. Wear your uniform, smile, bring your own table and chairs, and I'm going to submit. Booth sales are not open right now. I obviously did not set up the booth rules correctly. So my troop number would be right here, and you could see that the other two are claimed. So that is how you can do that. Or I know I added this one earlier. It's going to be for the Monday, the 17th, again, broken into 3 slots. You would put your troop number in and click submit. And then that's what's going to hold your slot for you. Now, say Grandpa's hardware store is a really hopping location and all 3 of these are filled. You can click notify me if the slot's open. And what that does is it puts you on a waiting list. And as soon as a troop comes in and lets that booth go, let somebody else claim that booth, you'll receive an email notification from eBudde that a booth slot has opened at Grandpa's hardware store on January the 17th. This is where I put my shameless plug in. It would be really helpful if you had the eBudde app on your phone with notifications, because then you can just click on the app and go to the booth sign up, and it's instantaneous versus logging into eBudde at a computer and then having to go and do it. Everybody who's on the wait list will get that same email. So having that app on the phone just makes it a little bit quicker for you. So you will, this is how you sign up for booths. Your council has thousands of booth locations as well as timing. Timing varies on days of the week, but you are able to do that. You also have the ability to record sales. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do.
So, Anne, while you're doing that really quickly, I just wanted to give my own shameless plug to remind everyone that the opportunity to sign up for booth sites is coming up really soon. And I believe it's actually this Sunday. Is that correct, CJ, if you can hear me? Is it this Sunday at 7 p.m.?
Yes, it is. Very excited. We have some great booths that have been coming in. So yes, the first go round is Sunday.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Okay, so and when we go back to the other site, when we go back to your Greater Chicago site, I will show you signing up for a booth again, only because of not being able to do it here. And then I'll show you how to allocate cookies as well from a booth site here on this booth sale, record booth sale, because this is super helpful to be able to just allocate, because it automatically allocates the money as well. So I will get to that. So say you're running low on cookies and you need to go to the cupboard to get more. So that's where you use the transactions tab. So you need more cookies, so you're going to add a transaction. You're going to pick which cupboard you'd like to go to, because the council has many cupboards and you can pick which one you want to go to. So I'm picking to go to Susie Smith's cupboard. I can map it. and it's basically going to show you the map from the dashboard, but you can map it. It also gives all of the hours and the dates and the times, how many lines, and just more information. Excuse me. It's going to put the date, which is today's date, but then you're going to tell Susie Smith when you're going to pick up. And then the cool thing is you can say you're going to pick up on Friday, and then you can pick a time frame. This is part of our enhancements to eBudde for social distancing, and this just allows the council and the cupboards to space people out adequately enough so not everybody's there all at the same time, because you can think that nobody's going to be there at 1 p.m., but there could be 10 other people there. So some of the cupboards offer this scheduling option. So I want to go in the morning. So I click on 10 a.m. and then it opens up all of the slots from 10 to 11. And there's also, this is a bigger cupboard, so there's enough space for 3 lanes. So I'm going to say that I'm going to come at 10 o'clock, and then that's when it records it. It automatically assigns a receipt number. You're adding product to your cupboard. I'm sorry, to your troop. You're adding product to your troop. And then your contact information will be in this box. And then you can say how many cases of cookies that you want. So you think, to be safe, you want to have 1 extra case of the core varieties, but s'mores don't sell really good in your area, and you have plenty of Toffee-tastic, so you're just going to order 7 cases. So then you're going to hit OK and save. And that's it. It's a pending order. It's for 84 packages. And then you'll be able to go to the cupboard. And then when you sign the receipt, or if they have we do have like a cupboard keeper app. So you would just log into eBudde on their mobile device. They'll release the pending check mark, and then this inventory becomes part of your troop. So you ordered 84 packages, and when you go back to the girl order tab, now you have 137 packages to allocate to the girls. Sorry, somebody's ringing my doorbell. So you have 137 packages to allocate to the girls, and then you can do that whenever you're ready to do that. So that's the transactions. Now, wonder if you have a troop that needs cookies, and you can allocate a couple packages of cookies to that troop. You can go in and add a transaction. The second party is a troop. You put in the troop number. You really don't need the pickup piece, and then you're just going to get 5. You're going to give 5 packages to the other troop. So I know one of the troop numbers, so I'm just going to type in troop Ann. So you're removing product from your inventory, and you're giving 5 packages of Samoas. Then you hit OK and save. And so then what eBudde has done is it's removed the 5 packages from your inventory, and it has given it to the other troop. And I will show you that in a minute, what that looks like on the other troop side. But they'll now have a transaction thing. The second party is troop 11111, and it's for 5 packages. And then you go back to the girl order tab, and now you can see that this is 5 packages left. Transaction pickups are part of our the cupboard piece that I was talking about with our cupboard keeper app, and it allows you to have paperless, contactless pickup of cookies. So for you, you have one order that you've placed. So when the cupboard manager releases that transaction to you, you'll just have to approve or confirm that you picked up the 84 packages. And like I said, they'll have their mobile device, and you'll just go back and forth that way. As Angela mentioned, we do have our cookie exchange. So say you get to a point and you do have unwanted cookies, there may be somebody that lives close to you in another troop in the service unit or in the area, and you want to offer up some of your cookies for them. So this is where you can go in and put in what you have available. And then you can update the packages to the exchange. And then another troop will be able to go in and see those packages and see the contact information for you, and I will show you that in a minute, so that you can reach out to each other via email in order to make that exchange. Cookie exchange just is like a bulletin board. It's not going to make those transactions for you in eBudde. So if a troop calls and says, I need the 1 box of Toffee-tastic, you're still going to have to go back to the transactions tab and create that transaction as we did with the 5 packages of Samoas. So you'll still have to create the transaction, but with the cookie exchange, it's like a bulletin board. We have rewards. So the girls earn rewards for different activities within the cookie program. So your first set of rewards the girls will earn, you'll have to fill out for their initial order rewards. This is showing that Daisy will receive 1 reward, and you can click on Daisy's name, and she earned the koala journal because of the PGA for the troop. You would just submit the order. It'll show that Elizabeth earned the clip-on koala, the crossbody tote, and the koala journal, and you would submit her. Same with Lacey. But then the PGA reward is all the girls in the troop selling will with the PGA of 125. So your PGA for the girls selling is 360 based on the initial order. So this troop earned 1 koala journal for every girl selling, and then the volunteer receives 1 bucket hat. So they can pick 1 bucket hat and submit, and then it's submitted. If they try to pick 2 bucket hats, they'll get a pink error message that says you can't do that. But you have been able to place that order, so they do get the 1. Then you have a couple different options. So when the rewards come in, you can view the order and know that when you receive those initial order rewards at the end of the program, they're going to have 2 clip-on koalas, 2 crossbody totes, 3 journals, and 1 bucket hat. And then it also gives you a girl report option. I'm sorry, my computer's real weird with reports these days. See if I can get this to open. So it does have a girl reward report so that you can print it out if you wish, but you can see that Daisy gets the koala journal, and then Elizabeth and Lacey get the 3 different items. So we do have a report listed for that. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way, close this. And then there's also the same functions for the final rewards. So again, they each get 3 rewards. Final rewards include some sizes. So you will have to make sure that you have their shirt sizes for their shirts and if they earn the sweatshirt. And there may also be choices between, sorry, I have to pull up your order card. When you get to the 1,000 level, the girls have a choice of cookie dough, a karaoke machine, or a Fitbit. So you will have to make some choices when they get to those higher levels, and eBudde is really easy to do that. We talked about booth sites. Payments, the council ACH's money, they sweep money out of your troop bank account for payments for the cookies, and then they import those payments. So this is where you'll see any digital cookie payments that are already made, or you will see any payments that the council has added to your troop. We get to the sales report, and this is just a whole bunch of great information for you. It has your troop contact information. Again, it talks about the number of girls registered, the number of girls selling, the number of girls that sold initially, your level, your PGAs. Oh, I should say that back here on the girl order tab, even though Natalie didn't sell initially, she can certainly sell, and it's encouraged that she sells. So you can just add an order in for her. Sorry, I lost my mouse. So you can add an order in for her and then save it. And then on the sales report, then that information will change. So now you have 4 girls registered, 4 girls selling. Only 3 sold initially, but that's okay. Your troop PGA, so per girl average is 270, and the initial order PGA was 333. Your cookie price is $5. The case is $60, and the number of packages sold was 1,080. Your troop proceeds are 90 cents. You're taking the rewards, so there's no additional proceeds there. And then it shows how many initial order packages, booth initial packages, and then the initial charity packages. This shows your troop initial order. It shows we went to the cupboard and picked up 84 packages, and it also shows that we gave away 5 packages, and we had 17 gift of caring packages total. So the total troop sales were $5,400 minus your proceeds of 90 cents per package, which is $972. So the troop owes the council $4,428. Any other payments for digital cookie and for any ACHs that happen will show up on the right-hand side. And then any additional packages received, if you go to the cupboard more than once, those types of things, those will show up as well. You do have a couple different reports available for you. I mentioned a bubble sheet. You can view a bubble sheet if you'd like to. This has all the information similar to that delivery confirmation. It shows your troop number, the total number of cases you're picking up, and then where you're picking. Well, it'll show the pickup location. And again, you can close that. It shows where all your cupboards are located. So if you want to pull a written report about that, it has booth sale signups, has some DOC reports, and it also has the cookie exchange report. So sometimes with cookie exchange, if you need a whole lot of cookies for something, it might be hard to use all these drop downs. So having a report that will show you who all has the cookies in a spreadsheet form might be a little bit easier. Let me see if I can get this one to open.
And while we're pausing, can I bring something up here? There's a lot of questions in here right now about why does digital cookie say something that eBudde doesn't say? And I think what we're doing is the girl deliver orders right now are populating on the initial order tab, but the direct ship and donations are populating directly on the girl order tab. So if we're trying to compare digital cookie to eBudde, we got to check more than one tab in eBudde if we're trying to double check those numbers, because that's just the way it is. The direct ship cookies do not need ordered. That's why they don't need to go on the initial order tab. And I think there's a lot of confusion out there
because
tonight
they've
about
already
that.
been shipped.
Yes.
Nope, and I will show that. I'm almost done with where I was going, and then I will go to your live site and show those specifics, because I know that that part can be confusing. So as I mentioned with the cookie exchange, sometimes it's easier to see it in a spreadsheet format versus dropping down to everything. So this would give you a list of all the troops and all the packages they have available, as well as the email address and the first and the last name of the volunteer. For me, looking at it this way is a little bit easier, but if you only need a couple packages, it might be easier just to use the drop downs. Okay, so that, oh, and then we have our eBudde Help Center, just real quickly. I'm in at the troop level. So we do have a help center with really great information. We do have cookie sale resources listed. So if you want to have a cookie flyer or a YouTube, this cookie lineup video is just awesome. Some recipe cards, some allergen guides. Say you have some girls that have really bad allergies, you have allergen guides, ingredient guides, just all kinds of different things that will help you along the way. So know that these are available. You can use these at troop meetings. This training and rally section, our rally guide is amazing. There's all kinds of different activities. So if you're looking for ideas for your girls, for these meetings leading up to and through the cookie program, you definitely have access to everything, activity-wise, crafts, cheer-alongs, everything. So please take advantage of this. And then we do have some manuals and a few other things you can look at. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is some things that it's probably a little more than, this is the way I get around eBudde, but I want to be able to show you with the council what it looks like when you're hooked up to Digital Cookie Live, and my demonstration site is not hooked to DOC. I have many councils that I work with, so I have 11 councils in the kind of the Midwest. So I have to go into eBudde a little bit differently than everybody else. See if I can find a troop that has some orders. Yeah, this one does. Let me just check to see. Good. Okay, so I'm going to go to this troop. Okay, so this is Mike's troop, and he does have some girl delivered orders, and as you can see right here, these are the girl delivered orders that he currently has. So he needs 5 Adventurefuls and 8 Lemon Ups. The nice thing about eBudde is anything prior to the initial order is going to flow into the initial order tab. So as you can see, well, somebody sold some cookies. I just have to find the person. Here we go. So Naomi has 36 packages of girl delivered cookies that she needs for her initial order. So these are packages that are already paid for. The money, and I'll show you, is already within the troop. And these are going to be added to Naomi's order card orders. So if she has another 50 packages, the troop leader will click on her name, put in the extra packages, and hit OK, and then hit save. That way, when Naomi goes to pick up her packages from the troop leader, she will have not only the 50 packages she sold on her order card, but she will also have the 86 that she sold via Digital Cookie, DOC, and she'll be able to deliver those as well. You can go to the payments tab and you can see that Naomi, somebody in the troop has a lot of orders that they've sold, because there's already $295 that have been paid to the troop. You can see here that there's DOC delivered, so that's DOC girl delivered. So those are the ones Naomi's going to be delivering. You'll also see DOC shipped. That means that somebody ordered 5 packages of cookies to be shipped to their address. And then you'll see DOC donate. DON is donate. So you'll see that there's 3 packages that are being donated to Council Gift of Caring on behalf of the troop. You can also look at the girl order tab and see that Naomi, she's the one who sold all the packages. Now I know that this just says 23 right now. So these are the shipped cookies and the donated cookies at this point in time. And to confirm that, you can click here. and you can see the shipped and the donated. The girl delivered cookies will flow from Naomi's initial order tab. And I don't want to freak anybody out by submitting it. These 36 packages, when Mike, the troop leader, submits the order, these 36 packages are going to flow over to Naomi. And there's going to be a line here at the bottom. There's going to be another line here that is going to say that her initial order that will include the 36 packages and then any order card cookies. And so those 36 packages are going to offset this $180. So I hope that's making sense, and I haven't made it worse for anybody. But you can see these donated transactions, these girl delivered transactions have no packages at this point, and they won't ever, but this is 7 packages that they sold that will be part of her initial order. So her initial order will be the 36 packages she sold plus her order card packages. So have I made that totally worse, Angela and Sherry, or are we still in a good place? And I do have some directions that I can send to you, Angela, so that people have them on paper, like a how-to.
That would be great. Actually, we're still quickly combing through and answering as quickly as we can. Once you're done, and I'm going to address one thing as it relates to the booth sites, because I know everyone's excited about that part. But right now, I would say no. Sherry, do you see anything right now that Anne may need to answer?
It still seems like there might be a little bit of confusion on the eBudde digital cookie and how the information feeds from one to the other. Some information feeds from eBudde into digital cookies, some feeds from digital cookie into eBudde. You know, when we set our goals, we do that in eBudde. The girls set their individual goals in digital cookie. There seems to be, and then the girl deliver orders right now are populating on the initial order tab, and the direct ship and donate are populating on the girl order tab. Allocations will be done on the girl order tab after initial order gets placed. Those are the big ones I'm coming across right now.
So maybe I can help here real quick, and I'm going to pray I don't make it worse. So this first transaction right here for Naomi is for 4 boxes of cookies. So if that was the only transaction she had, then her initial order would be for 4 boxes of cookies. So her initial order would read that there's $20 due, but it's also $20 has been paid. So then the total due will be now 0. So let me ask this question, Angela. I can try to answer the question if I can submit this one order, but I can also unsubmit the order. So would that be helpful, or would that just make it worse?
I think that may be helpful, and I can actually, if you're in our council, I can actually give you the troop to which you can make the change, and that would be troop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. Yeah, but do they have DOC orders?
They do have DOC orders, but but they're only shipped.
Okay. It might help. Let me look.
Okay.
Unless there's a troop leader out there that's brave enough for me to, I promise I'll undo whatever I need to do. So, I don't think this is gonna matter. Let me go. There's no girls in this troop. Oh, okay, here, there is one.
Yep.
So this is troop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 135 packages. So but they're shipped, so they're not showing up on the initial order tab.
Right.
So I can't show that flow over. Let me do this. I will send you the how-to instructions, Angela,
Okay.
and then you can provide it to the volunteers.
No problem. And we'll also get it posted on our website as well. We do know that that eBudde, as we said, this is an overview, and there's so many things that can help you to manage your troops cookie program. And lots of the questions that are being posted are awesome questions and great questions. And some of them you may not need to know the answer to at this time, especially if you're new, but don't worry. And the reason why I mentioned that is because coming up like soon, especially when the time and the window comes, especially as it relates to booth, because some people are asking, well, how many cookies should I order? And how long, you know, and things like that. Those are great, great questions. We will actually have a cookie chat as well as a quick video, or sometimes we call them microbursts as well, to kind of help you navigate through those pieces, especially when it comes to allocating cookies, because that's a whole conversation in itself. So don't worry about the allocation portion at this time. Just know that you will have the quick tip tools that you need to make that happen successfully. And
Little Brownie
also,
does have some, I'm sorry, Angela.
no.
We do have some microburst training videos as well. So if you're a troop leader, you can go to the help center and go to managing your sale. And then we have different microburst training videos and things like that for you. So there's one on reward orders, pending transactions, booth signup. So there's all kinds of good information in the help center. You'll go in under troops, and then it's going to be there in the microburst training section.
Awesome. Thanks, Anne, for that.
Did you want me to show something else in eBudde, or should I quit sharing my screen?
Let me just quickly double check. Sherry, do you see anything that we need to, that Anne may need to address at this time?
I think I've brought up, sorry, I think I brought up the big ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of them in here, but a lot of it is repeat. So
Yeah, not a problem. Awesome. Thanks so much, Anne, for walking us through that. I'm actually going to share my screen one more time because we are at the close of the hour. So if you have any other questions or you need more resources, because I know we have a lot of new people on the call tonight. So thank you for joining and thank you for all your questions. Don't forget to go to our council website, gscookiesnow.com. Many of those questions as it relates to our booth sites, like how many cookies and things like that, go on the website and go to the For Volunteers section. There is a booth section. And in that section, you're going to see a booth calculator. That is a fun and easy tool that kind of help you get a gauge or idea as to how many cookies you should perhaps or consider ordering for your upcoming booth site. And again, take some time to check out the eBudde website as well. Make sure that you're familiar with it. As we cross different dates in the program, for example, when the initial order is submitted, some additional tabs are actually going to open up for your viewing. One other thing I just want to mention as it relates to booth sites, and CJ, feel free to chime in too. Many people are looking at the booth sites, and the question is, will more booth sites be added? Absolutely. As we continue to get booth site locations, we will continue to upload those. So be sure to check back. So if you happen to see, say, 5 booth sites, it's like in the next hour, you may see 20, you know, and that's just an example, but be sure to check back often because as often as we get booth site locations, that is when we're adding them to eBudde. And then, let me just make sure.
Angela, can I just put in also,
Absolutely.
After you've picked your booth location, I would suggest before you pop up to possibly go back in before your booth, just to see if there have been any information or things from the actual location. Sometimes, we'll get phone calls and they've moved, the area where you should be set up, or just maybe some changes. So I would suggest that you just kind of check eBudde again for any other information. And then I would also suggest that you possibly just call the location, before you come up that weekend, just to kind of remind them that you're going to be there.
Excellent. Thanks, CJ, so much. And so one other thing is that if you have questions throughout the program, we are here to help, your product program team. Be sure to give us a call at 855-456-8347, extension 6722. If we don't answer, don't worry. That means we're helping another great volunteer or parent. We will respond as quickly as we can. In addition, drop us an email as well. We are responding to those quickly. Again, make sure like you bookmark our information. We're here to help and here to help make your cookie program for your troops successful. And Anne, thank you so much for your time today. We're going to stay on for a little bit to kind of go through some of the other questions and just try to answer those as quickly as we can. So if you have them, please continue to drop them in the box. But if you need to drop off, again, thank you for joining us this evening. We will try to get a summary of all the questions that have been asked tonight out to each and every one of you. Give us a couple of days to kind of make it all nice and pretty for you. And again, thanks for everything you do for our Girl Scouts as well as our council. So thanks, everybody.